Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are going to have a little chat about this, the first Legion dispatch for the Horus Heresy. We were talking not that long ago about the fact that the Horus Heresy doesn't have a roadmap, it doesn't have anything in the way of regular releases or regular previews, that there's no starter set, and that it felt kind of weird because Games Workshop seemed to list it alongside Age of Sigmar and 40k as a major system and a major player in their like larger ranges. And yet it doesn't receive all that much in the way of attention. It doesn't receive all that much in the way of being pushed out to customers and being presented as an actual, there's no easy way in, basically. There's no fast, reliable method to get into the Horus Heresy. It's a bit of a labyrinth because Games Workshop simply don't push it as much as they should. And it looks like that's going to change because it says right here that this is the first in a regular series of articles where we'll show off new models for the Horus Heresy. That's a good start. That is without doubt a good start because it needs that kind of extra exposure and they need to keep pushing it to people. So depending on how regular is, this is good. This is a good move. And I'm kind of hoping that this leads on to more in the way of things like, I don't know, a starter set for the game because it needs another one of them. This one, however, is specifically about Maloghurst the Twisted. So he was called the Twisted before he got physically twisted. Politician's mind, I think is the way to put it. But then things went bad for him body-wise, and he was left with bad injuries and struggled where most of his peers would absolutely not struggle. However, might not be a frontline warrior, still trusted confidant, and got to carry the icon. And this is his model. And you know what? There's a few things I really, really like about this. Firstly, the icon itself. It is so crisp. It is so clean. It's... the first time I looked at this, I was like, is this actually plastic? I'm assuming it's going to be resin. But there's little details on this model that just make me feel like it might... I don't know, there's just a crispness. There's a clean edge to this that just makes it feel not resin to me, but that's just an idle thought, not something to be taken too seriously. Don't get excited. But yeah, he's got this big old icon of the Eye of Horus. I really like the way he's leaning on it. That's a really nice touch. He is holding it and supporting it so that it's upright, but the base of it is on the floor. His hand is wrapped around the kind of, I was going to say Chaos Star in the centre, but it's kind of wrapped around that section in the middle. It looks like he is leaning heavily on it whilst also holding it upright for others to see. I really like that kind of position that sort of, it shows that he has the strength to do it, but also shows that he has a weakness that most of his peers, other Space Marines, do not, down to that injury or those serious injuries that he sustained. The head is so clean and so crisp. That's one of the things that really set me off. It's like, is he plastic? No, he's got to be resin. But look how smooth that is. Obviously the paint job makes a big difference here. This is very much more in the heavy metal style than your traditional Forge World stuff. They've been shifting away from that grittier kind of approach to painting stuff for display for the Horus Heresy. Examples being like these guys. So you got the Sons of Horus Legion Command, which I thought would be a great example to show just the difference in styles now. And there is definitely a significant difference between the two. Like, for sure. This is far less stylized, much more simpler approach to colour. You don't have this like heavy use of like edge highlighting and really shading down into recesses and so on. It's just a different style of painting. It still looks good, but that is not the same as that. And it could be, the paint job is contributing to just how smooth and clean this looks. But yeah, I really like that icon and the staff it's supported on. I like the added detail of the tubing that's, I'm assuming, essentially life support for him. The one coming straight up the centre into that kind of oversized gorget is a nice touch. The mask not only being over his face, but also directly plugged into the cheek, you can see there. I really like a lot of the detail on this. It definitely feels more in the vein of, say, like the newer Wordbearer stuff, which are, I guess, in some ways a bit more 40k in their approach overall. But I will say, the paint job on Maloghurst feels, again, kind of a cut above this. This is fine. Like, absolutely no problem with this at all. But even the head, whilst detailed on this, simply does not look as crisp as Maloghurst's head. I think overall this is a decent looking model. I really do. I like it a lot. There's a lot of fun little details along with the piping and the kind of carved Chthonian runes on the knee as well, which is fun. Slight discoloration on some of the metals, which is a nice touch. I mean, overall, I think it's pretty solid. But I am excited to see what else they do with this Legion Dispatch. I'm hoping this is like the start of just more support, more models, more rules, more communication would be nice. I mean, I'm sure there are so many people like myself who would be more inclined to get into the Horus Heresy if there was more of an indication that they plan on supporting it, if there was more effort put into it, if there was an easy way in. It just feels like so much is lacking from the presentation of this to their overall customer base, like their wider audience. But this feels like a good start. So yeah, let me know what you think of this, lad, in the comments down below. You're looking forward to seeing what else they unveil with this new regular series of articles. Do you get the plastic vibe off this, lad, or do you just think, well, it's just very, very well painted resin? I'm not saying it is going to be plastic. I should clarify that again. I think I already have, but I just want to point out, I don't think that it is necessarily, just that it... I just for a second was like, wait, what? But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Anime Games, which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.